What's up, everybody? This is your boy Eric B coming back to you with another cooking video. In honor of Cinco de Mayo, which is tomorrow, just so happened to fall on Taco Tuesday. I'm gonna be making some Mexican food here, getting it prepped tonight, which is Monday, for tomorrow. So the plan is to have fajitas, some guacamole, some fried corn, and also some black beans. So I'm going to actually start with my guacamole. I want to let that sit overnight in the refrigerator, get all those flavors mixing and melting. So I got a couple of avocados here. I like to make my guacamole a little different than a lot of people. I switched it up a couple of different times. I've even put bacon in it at some point. But today I'm just gonna go with like a simple, what I call a simple guacamole recipe. So I got a couple of hot avocados. I'm gonna get those pitted. I like to slice all my avocados first. I mean, there's no wrong or right way to do this. Whatever your process is what your process is. This is just what works best for me. So I'll get those sliced in half. Shout out to the wife for the new knives. We decided for our anniversary to get a couple new knives here. Went with the Hinkle International knives. Actually, I'm gonna show you guys this set is pretty sweet. It's kind of hard to see from here. There we go. So that is the knife set there. Pretty dope. Really dope knife set. Very sharp. Perfect for what I need. So shout out to her again for suggesting we get knives, because we've both been wanting a good set of knives for a while here. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna actually just grab a more dull knife, and I'm just gonna slice the avocado inside of the shell into cubes. This makes it easier to smash this stuff up, for me at least. I'm just gonna take a spoon, I'm gonna scoop that out into the bowl. Our bowl here. So hope everybody's had a decent week so far. Trying to stay positive out there in the world with everything that is going on. I think we're coming to a point to where we're starting to plateau, and things will get back to normal soon. At least I hope. Say about a month or so, but one can only hope, right? Let's do that again. So what I do with my guacamole, I like to put lemon and lime in it. More lemon than lime. I prefer the taste of lemon with my guacamole. But I just use guacamole, some Roma tomatoes, some red onion, jalapeno, salt, garlic, and I think that's it. Yeah, I think that's pretty much it. So I like to eat guacamole with chips, but I also put it on my fajitas. So this will make a nice little healthy dip for snacks during the week. You can do vegetables in it. You can dip pretzels in it if you like. You can also, of course, dip tortilla chips in it as well. Sucks that they're not really making any multi-grain chips right now, but I get it. They got to go with the larger production runs of things. Shout out to Pinkerton for filling us in on that. Now, when it comes down to getting the pit out, learned this trick while I was working at a restaurant. Just want to get that in there and then kind of turn, and it'll get your pit right out. And then this one will just fall right out as well. This allows you to take your pit out and leave behind the avocado. All right, so we got that square. All right, so let's get that back into, get this in the bowl. Avocado is so cool, man. It's very versatile. Technically, it's a fruit. So it's a very versatile fruit. You can make a spread out of it for sandwiches. Goes great when you break it down and make it into dip. It's pretty cool. All right, let's get this one out. You want to be careful, especially if you got sharp knives. You want to make sure your fingers are not up under there. So now that's in there, and I can just turn. Got that out. That one came up without splitting. Let's go ahead and get that cut again into some cubes. Guys probably seeing my wrist more so than anything with that, but I'm basically just getting the avocado inside that bowl there and back off to the side. One more. Now this one I didn't cut too well in half, so this one might be a little harder to get this pit out, but we'll see. All right, that one came right out. Perfect. Perfect, perfect, perfect. All right, let's get that sliced up. Oh, and I forgot, I put cilantro in there just a little bit. I think cilantro, you got to be careful with that. It's a very flavorful herb. Has a lot of flavor and just a little bit of leaves. So you got to be careful making sure you don't overpower your guacamole with cilantro, or cilantro as people call it. All right, that's pretty well good there. Now that that's out, get that smashed up. So to smash your avocados, I like to use a potato smasher. So I'll just use that to break down my avocados. Just get that all smashed up really good. You want to get it soft, almost like a paste. Some people like chunky avocado. I don't. I like to break down the avocado chunks as much as I possibly can. All right, let's do that some more. Get these chunks out. Got the chunks going. Got some more on the spoon here. I want to get that off. I don't like to waste food around here. So we again gonna chop this up pretty good. All right, so now that that's pretty well broken down, I'm actually gonna go ahead and season it now with the spices that I use. All right, let's put that off to the side. Let's get a little salt actually before we put that off to the side. So avocado is very bland, which means you want to season it pretty well. So I got the salt in there, and I'm gonna just get out a couple stirs and let that sit. It's just much easier to stir the salt in before you put in the other ingredients. Let's get our garlic. I'm gonna use some garlic powder with this. Sprinkle that in. All right, that's enough. Garlic is also one of those herbs that is pretty strong, especially when you're using it in powder form. It's very potent. So you don't want to use too much. You don't want it to overpower the rest of the ingredients, the rest of the flavors that you're going to be getting in this. All right, good stuff. Good stuff. So as you can see, it's kind of like whipped almost into a paste. You still got some avocado chunks. Those are okay. They're just not as big, which are okay with me. I'm okay with those. It's just the bigger chunks. I can't do it. Just get a quick rinse on the hands here. All right. So now what I want to do is actually, I'm going to put the lime juice in there. Now, when you want to get juice out of a lime or a lemon, it's easy. I mean, it's good to go ahead and just roll it back and forth, kind of break it up. Do the same thing with this lemon. It allows you to get a lot of the juices out. All right. Let's give our knife a rinse. All right. Let's get this lime sliced. Oh man, I love these knives. All right. So now we're just gonna squeeze some of the lime juice in there. Now, if I was just using lime, I'd use all of the juice out of this half lime, but I'm not. I'm also using lemon. So I'm gonna try to grab some of these seeds out as much as I can, because I hate picking them out of the actual food before I get to mixing things. All right, cool. All right. So now let's go with the lemon juice. And as you can see, I got a couple of seeds in there, so I'm going to get those out. Let's grab another spoon for that. All right, see, getting that seed out of there. Looks like I only got 4 in there, so I'm trying to take that out without taking out all of the avocado mixture here with it. All right, cool, got all 4 of those out. When I was younger, I used to actually want a lemon tree in my yard. Weird fact about me. All right, so now I'm gonna mix that up pretty good. Get those juices mixed in. All right, so let's get that off to the side. And let's get the herbs in there. We're gonna mix that, and then we'll mix in our veggies. So I just grabbed a couple of sprigs of cilantro from the grocery store. So I'm just gonna use a few leaves off of that. And again, you don't have to use a whole heck of a lot. This stuff is potent. I mean, you can smell it right out the bag. That's how strong cilantro is. Let's get that stem off of there. And again, guys, you just wanna get your leaves off. And then you want to kind of dice that up and then spread it out inside of your avocado mixture here. Alrighty. Now, some recipes call for like just using a full sprig. I don't like to overpower. Again, I can't say that enough. I do not like to overpower my guacamole with cilantro. So I'm just going to use maybe a half a sprig. We're going to get that diced up. Dicing it up is actually gonna get more of the flavor out of it. It smells so good. Oh man, I wish you guys could smell this. Crazy. All right, let's get that in our bowl here. Mixing that in, get it in there even. Nothing worse to me than just getting a big old glob of cilantro. Oh, that's smelling great. You guys just heard my it's time to go to bed reminder. All right, so that's mixed up pretty good. Get this sprig off to the side. I'm actually gonna go back and use that when I get ready to make my my marinade for the fajita mixture. All right, so now we're gonna actually dice up this Roma tomato, get that going. Get my paring knife here. Go ahead and core that, get the stem out. Now we're gonna dice this up pretty good. So let's start by getting that cut in half. Just make some slices. And this is Roma tomato. Tomato all chopped up there. Let's get that into the bowl. Let's give that a quick stir. It's coming out pretty good so far. Not only do the tomatoes add flavor to it, but it adds a little bit of color, which is great. But we're not done. We're not done. We got a couple other pieces we got to put in there as well. So I'm actually going to core a jalapeno. I don't want to use a whole lot because I don't want it super spicy. My wife does not like super spicy food. So I'm going to use this paring knife to split up this jalapeno. And we're going to mild this jalapeno down by taking out the seeds and also the membrane in there too. So let's get that out. Show you what it looks like in a second. Now guys, this is this is super important. When you're cutting hot peppers, it is very important that you wash your hands afterwards and let them dry. Like wash your hands very, very good and let them dry before you start touching sensitive body parts such as your face, because it will start to burn. All right. So we got that pretty well de-seeded there. I'm gonna split this in half because I want to get more of that membrane out. Again, I want to mild this down as much as I can. And I'm only gonna use maybe, yeah, actually I'm only gonna use this part. I'm gonna use this here and I'm dice that up and put that in there because again, I don't want it super spicy. I just want a little bit of a kick. So let's get that sliced up. All right, let's get that diced up. All right, look at that. We got all of our jalapenos there. Add a little bit of a stir. Alrighty, and Now it's time for the red onion. Now, when it comes down to onion choice, I prefer red. Not only is it a bolder flavor than white, but it also adds more color. You can use white onion though. No harm, no foul there. And I'm only gonna use some of this onion here. The rest I'm gonna actually use for the fajitas. So we are also gonna saute these onions as well for the fajitas, but we're not going to use all of this here. Just probably only going to use half of this half here, so a quarter. All right. All right. All right. Probably won't even need all of that. See where we're at here. Let's just dice this section here and see where we're at. Shift that sideways. All right, got the onion diced there. So let's get that in to the bowl. All right, that's pretty much it for the guac. So I'm gonna stir this up. Put that in there. So again, we're making guac for chips and dips, as well as to top off my fajitas, because I like guacamole on my fajitas. All right, so we got that mixed up. So I'm gonna give this a little bit of a taste. Oh yeah, that's good guac. That's it right there, and that's only gonna get better overnight. Cool. All right, so that's the end of the guac. Got that done here. Let's see. All right, I think that's a better shot for you. All right, that's the end of the guac. The end of the guac. End of the guac. All right, next time you see us in a couple minutes here, we're gonna get ready to go ahead and put the marinade together for the fajitas. We're doing steak fajitas today. And I gotta slice up the steak and stuff for that, clean the stuff up. So we'll be right back with you guys. Stay with. All right, folks, and we're back. We got some sirloin petite steak here. I'm gonna actually slice this up and get this ready for marinating, so we can actually put our seasons and stuff on them. Let this marinate overnight, and this is what we're gonna use to cook our fajitas. So I'm just gonna slice this into strips. Probably in halves at that too. I see a point that has like a veiny section. I'm gonna get that all the way out of there. That's just gone. No one wants to chew on that. Alrighty. Get that sliced up there. Want to slice this up into some thin slices. If you like it thicker, hey, more power to you. Do that too. We're gonna cook these up to about medium rare-ish. All right, so let's see a lot of vein right there. We're gonna get that right out of there. Yeah, see the silver skin here? It's not what you want. Actually, that's peeling off pretty good, so let's not membrane on that, so we can actually keep that. This piece here has vein in it, and we want that out of there. That stuff is no good. No bueno. That's gotta go. See, even that's got vein in it, so we want that out of there. So I've made fajitas, steak fajitas specifically, with sirloin and also filet and New York strip. And I have to say the filet is the best. New York strip wasn't bad, but I prefer the sirloin over the strip when I'm doing fajitas. All right, so as you can see there, we got our beef there. It's all sliced up, ready to go. And this will make at least 6 to 7 fajitas, especially when you add in the peppers. I took the meat out. So now we got the bowl. Bowl's good. We're gonna put the steak in the bowl. And how we're gonna do this is actually we're gonna use some lime juice. So we're gonna pour some lime juice in there, right fresh from the lime, fresh lime juice. If you get some of the pulp in there, that's not a problem at all. And then we're gonna use the rest of that lemon as well, as much as we can out of that one. I think that one's pretty well done. So now, squeeze that up a little bit, see if we can get any seeds. Cool, cool, cool. And now we're gonna pour in some more lemon juice. I'm just gonna let that soak. Gotta get the seeds out of there. Now for my fajita seasoning mixture, I got my own spice mix that I use. I mean, you guys know me by now. I typically make my own seasonings up. So what this consists of, just see if you guys can get that on camera. There we go. What this consists of is sea salt, a little bit of oregano, chili powder, some ancho pepper, so some ground ancho pepper. Not too hot. That stuff is pretty mild, but it's more sweet than it is spicy, but it does have just a little bit of a kick. I use roasted cumin powder, got that in here, some garlic powder, some onion powder, and some black pepper as well. So we're actually going to sprinkle this into the bowl. We're gonna mix this stuff all in together. And y'all know me, I'm a dipper. I like to get my hands dirty. So just mix that up a little bit. Get it all coated in the seasonings. All seasoned up now. And then we're gonna put just a little bit of olive oil in there, just a tad. Mix that up a little bit more. All right, and that's our marinade, guys. We're gonna let that sit overnight. I'm gonna put this in a Ziploc bag. We're gonna let this sit overnight for 24 hours and not quite 24 hours, because right now it is 9:48 Eastern Standard Time for all of our West Coasters and our Central Time folks. I'm not sure if we got any Mountain Time folks. But yeah, we're gonna just get this, put into a bag, Ziploc bag, and I'm gonna let it marinate through the night until we're ready to use it tomorrow for dinner. All right. Sop up some of that extra, just put it in the bag, throw it in the bag, and just throw it in the bag. All right, so we got that. So now that's all good there. Just gotta let that marinate. So we got the meat in the bag. Let's get rid of this. Got my trusty handy garbage bag near me. So now, that's pretty much it, guys. That's gonna be it for the night. Tomorrow what I'll do is I'll actually slice up the rest of the peppers. So we got a rainbow assortment of peppers. Not gonna use all of these here, of course, but probably one of each or a half of one of each. And that will be sauteed with the red pepper there as our fajita peppers. And we'll serve that with the meal there. But we got more to come. Stay with me. Stay tuned. We'll see you guys tomorrow. Peace. Alright guys, welcome back. This is where we're getting ready to finish off our cook for the day. So we're gonna put a couple things together today. What we're gonna do is finish the fajitas. We're actually gonna cook those today. We're gonna do our sides, which will be fried corn today, and then also black beans here. So first, I just want to start off by putting a little olive oil here. We're gonna start with the baked beans. The black beans. Putting a little olive oil in the skillet. Skillets are already hot, pre-warmed. So now that olive oil is warm, really hot there, ready for cook. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna start off with some white onion. Gonna get that translucent. We're also gonna put in some minced garlic. Turn that down a little bit. We just want that to get white, translucent. Gonna put in a little minced garlic, and then also chopped up some thick cut turkey bacon to go in there with it. It's going to give it a good smoky flavor. Now normally some people would use like a sausage or a ham, but my wife does not eat pork, so we're not going to do that. We're actually just going to use some turkey bacon there. So we're gonna let that saute, cook down a little bit. Like I said, I just want the onion to get white or almost a clearish color. Some people call it translucent. So we're gonna do that. And while I'm waiting on that, I'm actually gonna season up the black beans here. So what I have here is actually a chipotle pepper. I'm gonna put that in there. Now we've established this before that a chipotle pepper is just a smoked jalapeno. What I use is actually one that's in adobo sauce, and I only want to use one. I just want to add just a touch of a kick while that's cooking there. We're also going to use some tomato, some diced tomato. I'm going to put that in there. And then we're going to put our seasonings in. Now, with my black beans, I like to go real simple. Just some cracked black pepper. So we're going to grind some black pepper in there. We're gonna use some oregano, some kosher salt. Let's go with the kosher salt. And this is coarse kosher salt, so you don't have to use too much of it, or you would overdo it. And where is my oregano? Oh no! There we go. A little bit of oregano, and this is crushed oregano. What's the difference? I don't know, but that's just what I have in my cabinet. So as you can see here, the onions are cooking down there, getting white. And then also, as you can see here, you can see the seasonings inside of that. What I used was a can of black beans. I went with a can today because I did not have time to sit and cook beans today. Then we're gonna put just a little bit of olive oil in there with that. Get that stirred up. That stirred in really good. And then once the onion and turkey bacon mixture is cooked pretty good, we're gonna put that right in there and we're gonna let that simmer. All right, that's stirred up pretty good. I might need to add just a little bit of water for that. We're gonna bring it again, we're gonna bring that to a boil and we're gonna let that simmer. Alright, so these are cooking pretty good. We just spend a little longer on that. Let that go. So in my black beans, I've been making my black beans this way for quite some time. Every now and then I like to jazz it up a little bit. I'll put a little cumin in there. Actually, you know what, today I think I'm going to do that too. Just put a little cumin in there. And I'm not going to use the roasted stuff that I used yesterday. I'm just going to use just a regular ground cumin. Just adds a little bit of flavor to it. Gives it that like Mexican food taste. I can get this off. It's a brand new bottle I just bought yesterday because I was out. since I was getting the roasted stuff, I figured I'd pick some of that up. And with this, I just want a couple dashes. I don't want to overpower it there. Cumin is also very, very potent. Just gonna mix a little of that in there with the baked beans. I mean, with the black beans. I keep saying baked beans because I wanted some 2 weeks ago, but no store had the vegetarian kind. All right, so that looks like that's cooked down pretty good. So we're gonna take that. I'm gonna put that right in the pot. Now I'm gonna move this to the back eye. Put just a little water in there, just a little bit. I'm gonna move this to the back eye. We're actually going to let that boil, and then I'm gonna put a top on it, let it simmer, and let all those spices and flavors marry together. So now we're gonna do our fried corn here and our fajitas. So with the fried corn, get that hot, get this skillet hot again. So with the fried corn, just gonna let that skillet get hot. I'm gonna heat that up. And with that fried corn, I use frozen corn. I have used it off of the cob, but I did not have time to cut that off. I just use a bag of frozen corn. Got a bell pepper, red onion, green bell pepper, red bell pepper, and green onion and white onion. Sorry, red onion mixture down here that we're gonna use to go in that. We're gonna saute that up, and I like to use minced garlic, and then I keep it simple from there. Just a little salt and pepper. So once this is heated up, we'll be good to go. So we'll come back with that in a second, guys. All right, and we are back, guys. So both of my skillets are now up to temp. I'm putting a little olive oil here in both pans. The pan on your left will actually be what we use to saute the meat. Get that going for the fajitas. I'm actually turning that down because I don't want that to scorch, and I don't want to overcook that beef there. But in here, this is what we're going to use for our fried corn. So the first thing I want to do is actually get these vegetables sauteed. Cook them down a little bit. Now the thing with fried corn, using a frozen bag of corn, is that the corn's already cooked, so you don't have to do too much with it. Which is why you want to actually get these vegetables going first. We're going to use some minced garlic. Now I normally wait until my corn is in to season everything, just so I can get everything at once. Put that back in the refrigerator. So we're gonna let that cook down there. Pour that out. In the meantime, while that's cooking, we got our beans going in the background there. We now have our fajita, steak fajitas, all marinated through the night. And what I did was I added some cilantro to that as well. I forgot to tell you guys that in my recipe. I used smoked paprika and also cilantro in there with the marinade. So we got a little olive oil in here. Let's go ahead and get this cooked down. All right. You just really want to brown that. Like I said, I want mine to be more medium rare, medium-ish, and not cooked all the way through. That's just me. That's how I eat my steak, pretty much no matter what it is. Alright, so I'll let that cook down. Get that going there, and then we'll add a little bit of water to that and go from there. Alright, so we got our veggies over here cooking down pretty good. Got the red onion, red and green bell pepper, that minced garlic. It's cooking down pretty good. I may have to add a little more olive oil to it for the corn when I get it in there. Oh yeah, it's smelling good. I wish you guys could smell that. Got our black beans going in the background there. Those have boiled and are now simmering. So those are cooking pretty good in the back there. I think this is gonna come out great. And I might as well show you guys the guacamole while we're waiting on that. So the guac has set overnight. Came out pretty good, mixed very well. I tasted a little bit of this earlier. Came out fantastic. I may put a little bacon bits in mine, just off to the side, just a little bit. But that's gonna be great. I'm gonna eat off of that for a few days here. All right, that's perfect. So I just want to move this to the side real quick. I want to add a little more olive oil, get that hot. All right, just a little more. Get that oil hot. Then I can go ahead and add my corn. We'll season that up and we'll let that cook for a little bit. All right. Let that brown up. Get that really brown. All right, cool. That oil should be hot now. Just gonna add our corn. Mix everything together. Cool. So now that's there. Turn that back to like a medium-high temp and just season it up. Using some cracked black pepper. Like a lot of pepper in my fried corn. And some more coarse kosher salt. And mix that back together. Oh man, this is smelling good. Can't wait. Can't wait. Let's get this out of the way. All right, smelling really good. So we're gonna let this cook for a little bit, guys. Then we'll go ahead and I like to do my peppers separate in a separate dish. Peppers and onions for the fajita separate, and once I get those cooked, then I mix everything together. So we'll do that in a second here as well. All right, cool, cool, cool. So while we're here, let's go ahead and get the peppers going. Why not? Going on the back eye. All right. Oh yeah. All right, it's time to add our water now. Now that that's pretty well browned. Just gonna add a little bit of water to that and let that simmer and cook. Shout out to Ep.2 with the mug. Not using a measuring cup. I'm in my own kitchen, so we're just gonna use a little bit of water here. Get that in there. All right. There we go. Oh yeah. You can see already that the sauce is thickening it up. That is perfect. That's exactly what you want. All right, we're gonna turn that down. Get that down to a little light simmer. We're gonna put a top right over that. The lid over that. Let that simmer down. Then we'll add the peppers. Alrighty. Corn's looking good in there. Let me get the peppers all warmed up. Olive oil in the back. I'm gonna saute these peppers up. Now I got a couple of different peppers that I'm using. Got some bell pepper that is green. Got some bell pepper that is red. Got some orange and some yellow. Well, I guess I should have said a couple different colors, not so much of different bell peppers or different peppers. And then we got the onion. You gotta have the red onion. I prefer red onion with my fajitas. So we're gonna get that in the skillet. Let that saute up. Boom, boom, boom. Get that cook out in there. Oh yeah. Smelling good. Smelling good. Alright, fried corn is coming out pretty good. Continue to let that cook down. Alright, got a light simmer going on that. Let's actually turn that all the way down now. That's simmering a little bit too much. Actually, you know what? I'm going to turn that off until we get the peppers in there because I don't want to overcook that. Like the beans are going here. Oh yeah. Cooking pretty good. Cooking pretty good. Look at those veggies back there. When it's summertime, I actually like to fire roast my vegetables for my fajitas. Throw them right on the grill, get the fire really high, get that char look on the outside, and throw them right in there. Throw my fajitas. Come out great. So happy Cinco de Mayo, everybody, for everybody that celebrates. First time in a long time it's falling on Taco Tuesday, and everybody's stuck in the house. So hopefully you can get some DoorDash or something, or if you like me, like to cook, cooking up something special for your day if you celebrate. And guys, during this quarantine time, it's very important to make sure that you stay in contact with people. Even though we're social distance, we don't have to break those barriers by going door to door or going over people's house. Use your resources. You got a telephone, you got FaceTime. You got Instagram, where you can go live with people. You got Facebook, Hangouts, StreamYard. You name it, there's a way to still connect with people. It's important to stay connected so you don't feel alone. And you're not alone. So on behalf of those here at The Nerds Have Spoken, myself, Jason, New York Mike, Ian, and Eric Von Wickenstein, we sincerely want to thank you guys for staying connected with us. watching the shows, watching and enjoying in the live stream, interacting with our Facebook groups. We really appreciate it. You can find us on Twitter, Instagram, as well as Facebook. The Nerds Have Spoken podcast on YouTube. Also on Podbean, Google Play Store, and also Stitcher. You can find us on Stitcher. We're also out there on iTunes as well, guys. So got plenty of outlets to find us. We don't care which one you use, just use one. We'd love to hear from you. Give us some likes, some shares, some thumbs up, some hearts. Also, feedback is welcome, guys. If there's something that you feel like we could be doing better, or if you think we're doing a good job, let us know. There's tons of comment sections out there for us as well. Oh, those peppers are good. They're good to go. Got the onions going. They're good to go. Let's go ahead and get those off. Get those mixed right in the pot with the fajitas. All right. Look at that. Perfect. Perfect. Alrighty. Let me grab my tongs. I'm gonna mix all that stuff in and get it cooking again. Get your butt back in that pot. Almost lost the pepper. Almost lost the pepper. Got that going here. Oh, I lost the pepper. 5-second rule. At least it was on the stove, not the floor, people. I'm not a barbarian. I'm not a savage. Alrighty. Cool. I'm gonna bring that back to, bring a little heat back to that again. Alright, got that mixed up. Looking beautiful. Looking beautiful. Looking beautiful. Alright, there we go. Corn is starting to get that little crust on it, frying up. I like it. I like it. I like it. That's what I'm talking about. There we go. Oh yeah. Now I'm gonna serve this actually with just some flour tortillas that I'm gonna steam in a microwave. There's a brand out here that we like to use. I know specifically this household, but it's called Mission flour tortillas. So I'm gonna be using this actually. These are really good. I've used them a lot for the many different fundraisers that we've used. They even got look at that. They even got a recipe back here for steak fajitas, spicy steak fajitas. Yeah, not using a recipe. I make my own. But we're gonna microwave these a little bit and get the heat onto them. Just steam them a little bit and get those going. But we're gonna serve that with some guacamole, some cheese. My wife likes to use a little taco sauce on hers, so we're gonna do that. I got a little verde taco sauce. Got some regular red taco sauce. So I'm gonna mix it up a little bit, people. Look at that. That corn's done. That's out of there. All right, let's check our beans. Let's see how we're doing. Oh yeah. Beans are looking good. Beans are looking good. All right. I think those beans are about done as well. I'm gonna turn those off. Now, just gonna bring that back up to a gentle boil. Get those peppers cooking with the meat just a little more, and then we're good to go, guys. And yeah, next time you'll see us, we'll be plating this stuff. All right, guys. So again, thank you very much for hanging out with us. This is our second video for the meat sweats with Eric B. So what we did today is we actually made steak fajitas. We used bell pepper, a couple different colors of that. We also used red onion, sauteed that together with the spice rub that I actually made myself. I put together a couple of seasonings, and let's go through that again. So we had ancho peppers, we had sea salt, we had a little bit of oregano, we had a little bit of black pepper, had some smoked paprika. We also had some garlic powder, onion powder as well, and lime juice, lemon juice, and we used also some cilantro. So we got that together, put that together, Covered the meat in it with a little bit of olive oil. Let that sit in the refrigerator overnight. And now this is what we got for the fajitas. For the fried corn, we just got just your regular freezer bag of corn, guys. Got that together, let it thaw out. Got some green peppers, some red peppers, and also some red onions. Got that sauteed together with some garlic some actual minced garlic, sorry, and some black pepper and some coarse kosher salt. And then for our baked beans, our black beans right out the can. Just got some black beans right out of the can. You can find at your grocer anywhere. Got that together. Used some turkey, some actual turkey bacon. Sauteed that up. Got some onion, got some tomato, a little bit of oregano. Got a little cumin in there, salt, minced garlic, and some pepper. Got that together in a pot and let that boil together there. I'm gonna serve this up. You guys will see this on the plate. Thanks for hanging out with us here at The Nerds Have Spoken. You guys have a happy Cinco de Mayo, and we'll see you guys on this coming Saturday. Peace.